Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do like an autumn slash fall kind of inspired makeup look. It's going to kind of be a mix of drugstore products and higher end products. Yeah, it's quite a really big mix. But yeah, this is kind of like my interpretation of fall and autumn kind of colours inspired. So yeah, you can take this video and you can do it yourself, or I mean, you can customize it either way you want. You can take products out of this video or you can add whatever you want. This is just kind of like my interpretation of, or more rather the kind of the colors I would associate to fall, that I would use on myself, and the colors I have been using since it's become more cold and more autumny. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of get started. I'm going to start with foundation, and then gonna just, you know, the normal stuff. Okay, so for foundation, it's a drugstore foundation. I've used this many times. I love this foundation. It's the Lottie London Selfie Ready Medium Coverage Matte Foundation, and it's in the shade Toasted Almond. So I'm just going to apply that to my face, all over as normal. And I'm just going to use, like, I think one of my L'Oreal sponges or something, because I love that thing. I love it so much. Okay, so that's the foundation done. I've put about 2 layers because I find that this foundation is great with 1 layer, but I like looking a bit like a cake, so I'd rather put 2 layers. Now for concealer, I'm going to use the Lottie London kind of like matching kind of go-to concealer with the foundation, and it's the Got It Covered Sponge Applicator Concealer, and it's in the shade Shell, and it looks like that. So I'm just going to go and apply this on any, like, under the eyes and any other problem areas. Okay, so that's the concealer done. As you can see, it's kind of like brightened up under my eyes, and it's kind of like covered a good amount of stuff. So yeah, and to set my face, this is quite funny, it's another Lottie London product, and it's called Ready Set Go Matte Translucent Finishing Powder, and it's just purely translucent, and it's like a loose powder. It's not compact. So I'm just going to set my whole entire face with this powder. So that's my face set, and yes, I did use a Lottie London powder brush to set that in. I'm quite a Lottie London fan, as you can tell. Okay, so for my contour, I'm going to do a very light contour. I've recently haven't been wearing much face makeup. I haven't been using much foundation, concealer, powder, bronzer. I haven't been really using these products, but I just thought for the purpose of this video, this is the kind of look I would go for if I added, you know, I'm doing everything. Like the eyes and the lips I've been doing all the time anyway. I'm just adding in the kind of my favourite kind of face base makeup as well. So for my contour, and I'm going to use this as my blush as well, I'm going to use the Benefit Cheek Parade. And as I am a pale female, oh, that rhymes. I'm going to use the Hoola Light in this palette and not the normal one. I might use a little bit of the normal one just to bronze it up a little bit, but the actual contour base, I'm going to use the Hoola Light. Now, I am no contour fan, no contour expert. I'm not, you know, queen bee in contouring. I have literally zero experience. I just do what I know. So do not take my full entire advice on contouring, because I'm not the right person for that. Just an FYI. And I am going to use another Lottie London brush for the contour. Okay, so that's my contour done. I am not an expert, as you can tell, miserably. I did a miserably botched job of it. But for the bronzing up a little bit, I'm going to use the Hoola normal colour. And yes, again, I'm going to use another Lottie London brush, but this is the Kabuki brush. So I'm just going to quickly bronze everything up in the areas I've contoured, and then I'll move on to blush and highlight. So for the blush, I'm most probably going to go for, I think I'm going to go for the Dandelion Benefit blush. And for the brush, I'm going to use, I'm going to go for the Real Techniques buffing brush, and I think this is like from the Berlin collection. I can't remember. I bought this a long time ago, but yes, it's a Real Techniques brush. So I'm just going to put this a little bit on the kind of upper area of my cheeks. Okay, so that's pretty much my contour, bronze and blush done. And I'm now going to move on to highlight. For my highlighter today, I'm going to use the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Skin Frost with, it was the collaboration with Miami Way. I'm going to use one Uranus. And it's just this pretty kind of like golden, yeah, it's kind of like this really golden-y kind of, what's the name, highlighter. But yeah, I kind of associate this kind of highlight colour to autumn, which most people think it's measurably summer, but I think it's more autumn. That's just personally my preference. So yeah, I'm just going to highlight the obvious places. I'm sure you'll be able to tell after I've done it. So yeah, I'm just get on with it. I think for the highlight, I'm going to use the Luxie Large Angle brush. I don't know if you can see, but I always personally find that Jeffree Star's Skin Frost always come and slay. Yeah, I just think they're always on point and they always deliver. Okay, now I'm going to move on to eyebrows, and for my eyebrows I'm going to use the Dip Brow Pomade by Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Granite. And for the brush, I'm most probably going to use the Lottie London angled eyebrow brush. If I could find it. Found it. I think it's from the Chrome collection. It's just pretty pink little thing. So I'm just going to go and do my eyebrows. Well, I'm not having a good eyebrow day. That's the best I think I can be able to do. I think it's because I haven't used a pomade for quite a while. I've been kind of sticking to pencils recently. So yeah, maybe that's what it is, but I'm not too sure. Moving on to eyeshadow, I'm going to use the famous Jeffree Star Cosmetics Androgyny palette. And I'm just going to kind of create kind of like a autumny kind of coloured warm shades kind of look. And I'm most probably going to use a bunch of Lottie London and Real Techniques brushes. So yeah, I think I'm going to start with Safe Word. I'm going to keep this kind of look kind of basic. Sorry about that, guys. If I've changed position or whatever, then it's because I had to fix because my camera died and whatever. So I'm sorry if I'm in a different position or whatever it is. I'm sorry. If I remember correctly, I was going to move on to this colour, which is like kind of a mauvey kind of, I can't really show you properly. It's kind of like purpley kind of colour here. It's called Androgyny. I'm going to go in with that colour and kind of just blend it in somehow. I don't really know what I'm doing right now. I'm also not an eyeshadow expert either. I do take a lot of inspiration from Sophie Does Nails though. I really do love her videos. And then I think for the final part, I am just going to take a small-ish brush and I am going to maybe put a bit of the kind of like, it's kind of like a shiny kind of red, the shade Fetish, kind of like underneath my eye. I think something like that. Yeah, I think that's what I say. Okay, well this eye is clearly better than this eye. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I'm going to do. I'm just going to buffer out the edges a little bit. But yeah, I think that's pretty much my eyeshadow done. So I'm just going to go and buff my eyeshadow out a little bit so it doesn't look... oh my god, what has... this is what happens, people, when you don't clean your brushes properly. You get other crappy stuff stuck to your... oh my god, that's actually terrible. Oh, what have I done? Okay, I think I'm gonna have to go back and fix this. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, just as I gave that eye a compliment, it seemed to have messed up, so that is great. So now I don't look as great as I did before. But yeah, it's kind of like a purpley kind of warm, it's kind of style eyeshadows. Yeah, as I said, you could take some eyeshadows out, you could add some if you had the palette. You do, guys, what you want. This is just kind of like my kind of idea of what kind of colours I like in this kind of weather and time of the season. For my mascara, I'm going to use the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara, and I'm just going to apply that on the top and my bottom of my lashes. So that's mascara applied, and just an FYI, I did kind of fix up the mess with this eye with some of the Lottie London concealer, and I just kind of went back to the base of the eyeshadows that I first used. So I kind of just used the mix of that and I tried to conceal it as much as I can. But last product, but by no means least, is my lips. And for my lips, I'm going to use the NYX Liquid Suede in the shade... what's the shade? Cherry Skies. And yeah, I love this. I've been wearing this actually a lot and it looks a bit like that. And I also love the cap. It's kind of like a diamond kind of cap. I really, really love that. So I'm just going to go apply this and we'll just say goodbye. Okay, well that's pretty much my full face with autumnal kind of style makeup. As you can tell, it's very like warm, reddy, kind of purpley, mauvey kind of colours, with a bit of gold in it. So that's kind of like my autumn slash fall inspired makeup. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like it, give a thumbs up so I know you like these kind of videos, even though I'm terrible at makeup, as you can probably tell. Make sure you subscribe, chuck a comment in the section below if you'd like to comment and let me know what you think of my videos. Good feedback, any feedback is great, whether it's negative, as seen as negative. I never see really as negative as just positive criticism. It's needed as I'm a beginner, so yeah, any comment would be great. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day or evening, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.